Nigerian senator reveals why 2023 election may not happen. Escalating insecurity, threat to general elections, insurgency being created in Southeast are the main key points. The issue is that the party in power, APC, which has failed Nigerians in every ramification, is making the push that the PDP should make a pronouncement on the issue of zoning long time before our convention. Our convention will take these things into consideration. What we have now is just a report. You don't force the party to take a decision about 2 years before an election when there are certain aspects of the law that forbids that. Section 36 and 14, as well as others, dwell on these issues. These sections guarantee certain rights of Nigerians. Therefore, no party can come out and exclude any part of Nigeria. A party can have a discussion and abide by certain decisions when the appropriate time comes. For those of us, the Southeast, the PDP report recognizes us. The report said the party should recognize the fact that the Southeast and the Northeast have not been at the helm of affairs. What we need to do as people from these areas is to do more work and seek the understanding of others. If that's the case, has the Southeast started its negotiation and consultation with other parts of the country? We can't preclude the fact that some people are already discussing. I've had the same discussion with some people from the Southeast. Somebody can start today. In the end, he won't do anything. He could just be a red herring. In politics, you have to keep discussing until the electoral body gives the go-ahead. If the current electoral amendment is passed, it means elections may start early next year. Shouldn't serious people from Southeast begin to solicit support now? When people are having discussions and reaching out, they don't make it open. At the right time, it will come to the open. I've had discussions with some people. Many politicians are already doing the same thing. In 2019, many leaders from the Southeast allegedly worked against Peter Obi and the PDP. Have those issues been resolved, and would they likely surface again? Okay, so it continues. I can't answer that right now. The circumstances that made the people to take the decision in 2019 may not arise again in 2023. People also have to look at the present situation before they can take decisions. I prefer that we put that behind us and look into the future. The most important thing today is that we don't know if the 2023 general elections will be possible or hold. People have been talking. We don't have to behave like Nero who fiddles with Rome is burning. There is fear of insurgency. The biggest problem now is insecurity. We don't want to overlook what can break the country and focus on ephemeral issues like the elections, which may not hold. The questioner asks, are you saying that if the issue of insecurity is not tackled, elections may not hold? And he replies, if the issues I've listed are not tackled, I don't know how we can hold it together within the next 2 years. I really don't know. How can you guarantee tomorrow? Southeast used to be the safest zone. Today it is an insurgency being created within the Southeast. You should be worried. The same thing is happening in the Southwest. All of a sudden, there's unrest all over the country. Recently, the governor of Zamfara state said about 35,000 insurgents were in the state. That's the number of the military size of some countries. Wow. If one state has that number, how are we sure that other states don't have the same? We should work to ensure that we don't focus on Abuja and leave the rest and other parts of the country. With all these things happening, Abuja isn't safe anymore. We must deal with these issues. We lay the blame at the feet of the government in power, which came into office and promised to tackle insecurity. 6 years down the line, it has worsened. We need to tell them to try and fix the mess. Let me take you back to zoning. Is it safe to conclude that the PDP is yet to decide on the issue of zoning? And he replies, I have not attended any meeting where such a position was taken. It is therefore very safe to conclude that the PDP has not taken any position on the issue of zoning. With everything happening, by the time we get to our national convention, the picture will be clearer. Even the APC has refused to take a decision. They're waiting for the PDP to decide on zoning so they can find a way to salvage the tatters of their credibility by going the opposite way of the PDP. Okay, with the things going on, is President Buhari and the security agents overwhelmed? Should Nigeria solicit for international support or hire mercenaries to tackle the issue of insecurity? I don't support that position. What we have now is the outcome of a deliberate policy of the sectionalism of the army in Nigeria. They have done this by deliberately putting less competent people and weeding off competent ones because they come from a particular section of the country. That has led to the degrading of the effectiveness of the armed forces. This is the same military that has done well in other countries. Suddenly, with all the modern gadgets at our disposal and massive funding, we are getting such results. I read in the papers of an attack in Damasak. How could that happen? I heard that Boko Haram terrorists took away their arms. This was an area we were told had been pacified. Nigerians no longer believe what the government of the day says. On the floor of the Senate, I was so angry that I had to make a statement. I said those who live by the propaganda will die by it. What is really happening? Is it the training or the quality is wrong? The other day I said the real problem is not that people are doing what is wrong. Instead, they're pushing it in our faces and telling us that we can't do anything. Many senators cannot go to their villages. They've brought the same thing to the southeast so that I won't be able to travel home too. Okay? From your responses, is it okay to ask for foreign support? These are the questions those in operational control should answer. I'm looking at the facts from a layman's point of view. Soldiers have told me they are competent enough to deal with the matter. They said they have many obstacles to deal with. I read about a soldier who killed himself in Borno. He went into depression. They were supposed to be rotated. He had been there for a long time and felt hopeless. For the political authority, what decisions are they taking? Now, first, let's even go and see the reactions here. Somebody says, in a civilized society, you should be cooling off in Calaboose pending when you provide Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know what that means. Someone says, politics is people's business. Telling them that election will not take place under any guises by 2023 won't go down well with them, despite attack and occupation of some local government in Borno State insurgents. Election results announced in all local governments and all that. It's getting complicated, but again, I think that these kind of issues, we need to, because then play, Donald Trump became president. So play, Nigeria can get into a situation where we can be one of those war countries that is always in the news. God forbid that should not happen, but again, we need to be careful. I mean, inflation is now 18%, okay? That is huge, okay? When the recommended target should be 2%, we're at 18%. And it can get high and high and high. Again, there's nothing, Nigeria can do everything to the best of its ability. It can get worse. That's what I'm saying. So do you even think, the question is, do you think 2023 elections will happen? Put what you think in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.